champion.
Now let's talk about the fights. Okay, the main event is Justin Gaethje taking on Ilia Topuria. I like that fight. I think it's a great fight. I think the biggest thing, like off the top of my head, I think Ilia Topuria knocks him out, but I do see a world where Justin Gaethje can knock him out as well. But Ilia Topuria is so damn good and his IQ is really high and he can take a shot and he damn well can give a shot. But the other flip side of this, what makes me excited, is to see how Justin Gaethje approaches it after spending time with him playing football. Because when he was talking about Paddy Pimblett, he was like, well, Paddy can't kick, so I was okay going into his power. How will he approach this fight against Ilia Topuria, where someone who can kick and has a lot of power? And then in a co-main event, you have the interim heavyweight champion, Ciryl Gane. Well, there is no interim heavyweight champion. They're making an interim heavyweight champion because the heavyweight champion, Tom Aspinall, is still unable to defend his belt. So they have Alex Pereira taking on Ciryl Gane. This is an interesting fight. This is, you know, we have two strikers coming to fight. We have Ciryl Gane, who is definitely the bigger athlete, who's very good about avoiding getting hit. He has a side karate stance. Taking on Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira, you know, the former world champion in the middleweight division and the light heavyweight division, and also Glory kickboxing champion. That should be an interesting fight just because it's Alex Pereira going up to heavyweight and see how he does against.
Justin Gaethje's going to lose to Ilia Topuria in the main event in the White House. If he pulls it off, it'll be cinema, okay? And I'll assume that the rig is in. And Topuria has been paid $10 million to make the US look good on the world stage. Because Gaethje, he's the All-American. He's red, white, he bleeds red, white, and blue, brother. You know what I mean? He's going to be there. He's the only American that's even in conversations to ever be in a title fight. Unless they did Yan O'Malley too. Which people would still complain about, by the way. But it's the only other way they could have a US fighter in a title fight. Jones was never coming back. But Topuria Gaethje's a sick fight. Amazing fight. Love it. I think it's great as the main event of this White House card. But we could have done with a stronger undercard. And that's where I think the improvements are to be made. But Topuria should win this one. Then we've got Pereira versus Gane.
The Ultimate Fighting Championship has finally unveiled the complete White House fight card, and the main event immediately captured everyone's attention. White confirmed that Ilia Topuria will defend his title against Justin Gaethje in a massive lightweight showdown. Not long after the news broke, Topuria showed he was already deep into preparation for the challenge. With the matchup now official, attention quickly shifted toward how this explosive contest might unfold. Early training footage shows him sharpening his striking, working heavily on movement drills, and completing controlled sparring sessions. The emphasis right now appears to be maintaining speed and timing, rather than jumping straight into intense sparring too early. White praised the Topuria vs. Gaethje matchup while discussing the White House card, calling it a perfect headliner for such a historic evening. He added that Topuria has been one of the most impressive champions in the promotion lately, and believes Gaethje earned the opportunity because of his latest performance.
The main event, Ilia Topuria, one of the most sensational champions we've ever seen inside the octagon, facing Justin Gaethje, which I think is the absolute perfect matchup for him. Justin deserves it after the Paddy Pimblett fight. Ilia Topuria has been just a complete and total phenom, and I can't wait to see what happens at the White House.
As the fight was announced, Gaethje explained that his preparation had already begun. He said he planned to dive right back into training immediately. His camp has stayed consistent following his previous fight, and for Gaethje, competing at the White House carries meaning beyond just fighting for the title. He talked about growing up in a small Arizona town with deep copper mining roots in his family. And because of that background, representing his country on such a stage means a great deal to him.
I mean, it starts now. I mean, I'm going home tomorrow, and Monday I'll be in the gym, you know, back. I've had my chef with me since the last fight. I knew this was coming, so, you know, I was not too banged up after last fight, thankfully, and I'm ready to go.
Justin,
ready to get back into work.
Obviously, you're fighting for the undisputed championship of the world.
Yeah.
That's insane. But as a proud American, what does it mean to be main event at Freedom 250 at the White House? What does that mean to you personally?
Yeah, I mean, I can be as cliche as you want me to be. I mean, this is this is huge. You know, this is coming from such a small town in the United States, southeastern Arizona. You know, from a copper mining family. I love this country. I've loved it. You know, you grow up representing your small town, your mascot at school, and then it was college. And now I get to represent this country. So, I mean, this is special to me. It's such a great honor and opportunity to highlight, to finish or not finish, but the end of my career has been so special. The caliber of fighters such as this guy that I have fought since the beginning has been incredible. To see my story come in full circle like this and get an opportunity like this to be a headline of UFC 300, to be the headline of the UFC Paramount premiere, and to get this opportunity, shows that, I'm something special.
Thinking about what he believes will be the biggest challenge in the matchup, Gaethje focused heavily on Topuria's timing and control of distance. He said Topuria's power is obviously dangerous, but the real reason his punches land so often is the precision behind them. Because of that, Gaethje believes the key to victory will be stopping his opponent from finding that rhythm. Even when the conversation turned to the idea of winning a belt at the White House, he stayed locked on the same goal and approach.
He fights a very good fight. He does a very good job of controlling distance. His footwork is special, and that's going to be the biggest task for me, is to control his feet and control distance and not let him find those power shots. There's no doubt he hits hard, and I obviously hit hard as well, but timing is everything. The reason his shots are so effective is because his timing is so perfect, and I'm going to have to disrupt that timing. Just not as special as accomplishing what I set out to accomplish when I started this journey, and that is to become the undisputed champion, and to do it against a guy like Ilia Topuria on the White House lawn will be absolutely special, and Trump handing me the belt will be icing on the cake.
Willis suggested that the Topuria versus Gaethje fight may not have originally been planned as the main event for the White House card. In his view, the UFC likely had another matchup in mind for the top slot, but things didn't work out as expected. Because of that, the promotion had to pivot quickly, and the fight they ultimately secured was Topuria against Gaethje. It's also looked at the matchup through the lens of the event itself. Since the entire show is built around the White House theme, Gaethje fits that idea very well. Even though he is widely seen as the underdog against Topuria, Willis still believes he's a strong choice for an event of this nature.
So we do this, we react. Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje is the main event in Washington, D.C. for the Freedom Fights 250, the American-themed event at the White House. We'll go through it sort of line by line. I don't want to reveal too much because I want to ask Dana about this at the press conference. I don't think this was the original main event they had. I think yesterday that fight fell out. I think they had alternate plans for Ilia, and for whatever reason they had to pivot, and I believe they finally got something done with Ilia to accept the Justin Gaethje.
At the same time, Willis didn't dismiss Gaethje's chances in the fight. He acknowledged that the betting odds favor Topuria, which appears to be the common opinion across the board. Still, he believes Gaethje's style always gives him a realistic chance to change the outcome. Helwani also pushed back on the idea that the card should be considered disappointing simply because it doesn't feature a large number of title fights. He argued that expectations became unrealistic once fans began imagining 7 or 8 championship bouts taking place on the same night.
At the White House, I think if you look at the American theme of the whole event, I think you can say what you want about Justin's chances in that fight. Obviously, a lot of people have him as the underdog, quite a favorable, quite a significant one against Ilia. But if you're going to go for the whole American vibe of fucking fly over jets and all the rest of it, Justin Gaethje probably makes sense, right? So I think that fight is good. It's thematically correct. And let's say Justin, pulls off the upset. I mean, possibly one of the greatest moments in UFC history for the American fan base anyway.
That contrast is exactly what makes this matchup so intriguing heading into the White House event. If Topuria controls the exchanges, another knockout could easily be in his future. But if Gaethje drags him into a chaotic firefight, the result could swing in any direction. Either way, it feels like the kind of battle